Please welcome to the stage, disability advocate, Kathy Kurtz.
Like shadows, only one who walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will find me.
That song. Okay, Julian, you got me crying before I've even started. That was my son's song. Thank you all for having me here. I am terrified, so please bear with me, but I wouldn't miss this for the world, because what you all have done for myself and my family and my son goes beyond anything a parent could dream of. I overheard you talking about a lot of other disabilities that you're branching out into, understanding that there's so many other neurological disorders that create havoc on one's senses. For my son Ryan, that was Huntington's disease. For those who don't know, Huntington's is a terminal brain disease. When I found out my son was diagnosed with Huntington's, I sat on the floor and I cried for a long time. Because as parents, our mission is to protect our children and do whatever we can for them. But I knew I had to get up. I have a beautiful daughter over there, and I had a son who needed me. So I decided that for the next 10 years that he was going to be with me, I was going to make them the best damn 10 years of his life. We started off, things were pretty mellow. We went to concerts and wrestling events. Ryan loved AEW wrestling. We went, he's even jumped out of an airplane. Yes, we did it all. But about halfway through, Ryan was put in a wheelchair due to his balance issues. And then shortly after that, he started to develop seizures. At this point, I was dealing with two obstacles I was not used to. I had to learn about wheelchair accessibility, and I had to understand about the sensory sensitivity that he had to noise, lights, and crowds. And I have to be honest, at first, we went to a few venues, and I was pretty horrified to watch people actually tripping over my son's wheelchair and pushing him out of the way just to try to get to wherever they were going. Can you imagine that? And then when we got to our seats, they were so far up in the corner, I used to call it the nosebleed section back in the day when I used to go to see hockey games, that he felt like an outcast. He didn't feel like he was a part of anything. And at that point, I knew that something had to change. I'm changing pages, but I'm actually not even reading. I'm doing pretty good, aren't I? I just want to make sure I hit my key points here. Speaking of wrestling, so after that particular incident, I wanted to take Ryan to one of the big pay-per-views that AEW had, and I knew this was going to be something super special, but I didn't want to have to deal with what we had just gone through. So I reached out on social media, and I wrote, wouldn't it be amazing if AEW would reserve some ringside seats for people in wheelchairs to be able to enjoy this event like everybody else? The outpouring was insane. But then I got this message that said, I can make this happen. And his name was Julian. Those words would go on to change everything for us. Not only did we have the most amazing time, my son got backstage to meet all of his famous wrestlers. He met Tony Khan, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, the famous Sting, everybody. I know DDP's here. You weren't there for that one, but he would have liked to see you. I was so excited. My heart was bursting. I was in tears. I saw a boy who felt so isolated and lonely for so long, who cried, not because of what he was diagnosed with. That's the really wild thing, but because of how he was treated in public. We can't do that. We just can't. That was one of the last events for my son. But But even after coming home, Julian would have people send video chats and text messages and just words of encouragement and love. Because see, this is a family. This isn't just a one and done. They don't just send you to a wrestling match and say, hey, have a good time. We know what you're going through. We love you. No. This is a family for life. And my son passed away this past January. But I am here because of this family, because of you all, because of the love you've shown my son and my family, because of the memories that you gave me that nobody else could. I was beating my head against a wall, and I couldn't figure out how to make it happen, and you did. So while you're expanding and understanding all of these other different neurological disorders, understand that you also are working with people that are terminally ill, and you're giving them those Make-A-Wish and that love, and it's amazing. As parents, all we want for our children is to experience life the way it is meant to be lived. Culture City is not a non-for-profit, it is a movement. I heard someone else say that. I was all excited. I thought I had a big takeline on that one, but clearly that one's already out there. You're a movement for change that makes the nevers possible and ensures inclusion for everyone. How can we not support an organization that not only seeks to bring smiles to the faces of those who felt left behind for so long? So today I remember my son as the true warrior he was. He would be so proud to see you all here fighting for him and for everybody else that needs our help. This family we call Culture City is unstoppable as long as we continue to support, advocate, and educate others on their mission for our children. Make the nevers possible, inclusion for all, and continue to love just the way you do. Thank you.